Hey guys, Raivuns here. You probably heard of it. Baldurs Gate 3 is a big game with a lot of hype right now. And I haven't played it yet, but I did notice a lot of the marketing journalists in the West are promoting the game with most of the marketing focused on the sexual themes in the game, the huge amount of extensive nudity in the game, and the fact that you can basically have sex with a bear. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. And that's just another instance, and a pretty extreme one, where journalists are showing off their hypocrisy when it comes to Japanese games versus games from the West. As whenever there are games from Japan with a little nudity, they call for censorship, yet in this game, which is much more extreme and degenerate, but it's a Western game, they're fine with it. And they're not just okay with it, but they're even praising the game for it. They're making this the main marketing focus of the game. GameSpot, for example, talked about how the Western release of Blue Protocol won't have a jiggle physics option and called out people for crying about censorship, even though this is literally what it is. The game is censored in the West, that's literally censorship. And not just the jiggle physics are gone, but they have also removed the S body type for the Western version. S standing for small, and that body type was removed. So yeah, that's literally censorship. Meanwhile, the articles about Baldur's Gate 3's sexual themes are very positive. Baldur's Gate 3 is a relentlessly horny video game. This article by GameSpot explaining how you're able to romance the character that can turn into a bear to then have sex with him. A literal bear. Baldur's Gate 3 isn't ashamed of nudity, it actively celebrates it. And Kotaku, the worst of the worst, writing, Baldur's Gate 3 has everything. And then continues to praise it for the things that they would rant and cry about if it were a Japanese game that had just a fraction of the sexual themes. And many people are calling out the hypocrisy of Western game journalism, like this tweet with over 300,000 views saying, if this was a game with cute anime girls, they would ban it from every social platform and the journalists would feign outrage and call everyone a pervert. But for some reason this game is allowed. I am beyond disgusted by the Western standard of morality. I mean, the hypocrisy is insane. That some games, usually Japanese ones, get censored or bashed for showing some skin or having jiggle physics, yet this game with much more extreme and even degenerate sexual themes is being praised for exactly those things. The hypocrisy never stops, and the bias is ridiculous. I don't understand how these journalists are still in business.
じゃあ先輩ですね
Try to treat me like greater than toast me impossible. I cut a sucker in small chunks, make more rhymes than Michael Jordan makes slams. I'm slow.